guys, welcome back to our channel. We have just been in Milan and we had a heap of shoots to do there. We had some commercial shoots to do and some content shoots to do. Really unfortunate, Peter's walkthrough of the place had a technical fault with the recording, so we can't actually show you the place, but we wanted to still show you the photos that he was able to create in this absolutely nothing Airbnb, just using natural light, showing you that it's not actually about the place, it's all about the lighting and the model, and he's just going to run you through some of the photos that he took there, and I'll leave it to Peter.
So I've been in this place in Rome for a week and I had to do some commercial work, some portfolio shoots with models, and this is what I had to work with. So I had to use this as my area of both creating commercial work as well as shooting some model shoots. If I just walk you through, you'll see it's not an attractive looking place to work. I don't have any clear walls right through into this area here. It's pretty messy and I wanted to just use natural light. I'm just going to walk you through so you can see all the different places I had, well, what I didn't have to work with. So I have this hallway which has very little natural light. I got a little bit of natural light through here, tiny bit through this room. This room was pretty much, I used it once, but it was pretty hard to work in. I had then out through here. I used this area here a little bit. I used the steps here and I used the little area down there, as well as I shot a bit of work in here by using a mixture of this light, and the light I have here through this door here. I couldn't film any of the stuff I was shooting because the shoots are very important and I need to get the best out of the models, but I do have some of the best pictures from all of these shoots, and I'll just show you what you can create in a place just like this with only natural light. So dumbass me accidentally put my phone onto time-lapse recording while I did the walkthrough, showing every little spot I shot and the light. So I'm now 4 cities away from that place and can't do that now, so I'm going to try my best to give you some stills of the closest I can get to the areas we were shooting in while I talk about the pictures that we're taking in those areas. So this was a horrible background I had to deal with, and I lit it with these 2 windows. Now, the window in the back, I opened and closed it when I wanted the lighting on the back wall and when I didn't want the lighting on the back wall, but the window over here was the main light that was feathered onto them. The models were positioned just behind where I was standing, but a little bit closer to the wall, which meant they were pretty much lit by feathered light only. I was shooting just at the edge of this other wall, and I had a bit of bounce light coming in off the whiteboard in behind me just to fill them in softly. So these were the shots I got with Alicia, who's an amazing model from Milan. Then I shot with Ritu in the same spot, and then I've shot with Sabrina, who I've shot with a couple of times before. Now I used this corner with a couple of the models with the light coming in through that window, and the first one was I had Beck just sit on that chair and just use that sort of backlight to light her up. And then with Alicia, I had her on the couch sitting down there and did a couple of shots with her, and I tried quite a few different poses, but this was about the only shot that worked leaning against the wall with these girls. I then shot back the other way, so you'll see that there's a sliding door. I pulled this sliding door here right across and just used the light from the other windows. It gave me this beautiful soft studio light. I could have done the exact same thing in a studio, but I didn't have a studio here, so this is a way I could get around just using that beautiful bounce light coming in across her face. I had a commercial shoot I did in this room and I just put Beck right in that window, and these are the images that have come up from there, and it was her pretty much right in the window, fully lit just by the window light. We then moved into one of the bedrooms and just did a couple of shots in on this bed, just left all the mess there. It just had this really nice feel, sort of yin and yang, sort of swimwear on a bed. It just doesn't make sense. That's why I do things like this. So this little balcony is just outside the front door, and I'm showing this. I use the plants, the branches, to shoot through on a couple of the pictures. The models were standing back where I'm situated now. They're predominantly getting lit by that door that I'm just behind, and if I moved them slightly forward, they got some direct light on the face, but then they got lit by the opening of the front door. Here's a selection of photos that were taken just in this hallway, and you'll see as I've moved the models back and forth, as I've gone behind the plants to get an effect, I opened and closed the doors down the hallway to make the background darker and lighter. And this final picture is just Beck right up at the front door, and you'll see that I'm just getting a nice bounce off the wall that's in front of Beck. Then I swapped places with Beck and I was shooting inside the door, shooting out, and Beck was just out on this balcony. And I then did a few shots down this stairwell, down that corner wall down the bottom, which had beautiful light. And I did some shots just around the corner, which I don't have any footage to show you. All the rest of these shots, a mixture of just Beck outside the front door through to Alessia against the wall. The light that I got on that wall was just stunning. Then Alessia on the steps, and then we just ducked around the corners, just had a little pocket where I found a nice little pocket of light.
So we hope that was useful and you guys could see that, yeah, it's not about the place, it's just about the lighting and the model. If you did enjoy this, we have heaps of lighting tutorials over on Inspire. I will have a link down in the description for those. Otherwise, I will pop some other videos on the screen now.